Woo! What up? What up? First things first, my peoples come first. My people, those that are here, no longer here, always thought of and remembered. I'm Vader Games, this is Vader Games TV, and we've got what I'm calling an opportunity stream. All right, this usual setup, what you see here, topic wise, the framework. This is 115, right? Usually one question, 15 minutes, but I'm gonna do something a little different because I did not expect what happened last night happen today. I did not expect it, so I'm gonna have the conversation about it. And more importantly, I want to be as consistent as I can and point out the inconsistencies of others. So I'm gonna do my best to do that on this show. First things first, come on, my people. You know what you gotta do, all right? You come through, hit the like button. You come through, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, thank you for being here. Hit the subscribe button. Be here on the next one. If you've been here before, be a part of the show. Be in the comments. What I like to shout out each and every time, the very first person in the building that's showing love in the comments, right? Doing their thing. I gotta shout out my Dre P. I gotta large you up. I got to 100%. City have a great opportunity now, a great one. What should they do? Give it their all every time and continue to put in the performances they have put in a 9 out of 10 times this season, then accept the end result. Listen, Pep said it. Every game is a cup final. And when Pep says every game is a cup final, he's not just talking about the Prem. We're in some serious times right now. And we're going to discuss all of that. We're going to discuss all of it. Let me shout out another proper guy in the building, my guy, Sarcasm City TV, Flawless, man like Vader. You know, hey, Flawless, thanks for being part of the show. Listen, this is a little impromptu. I'm not usually doing things quite this early, but last night, listen, shout out for having me on the channel last night. Much appreciated the conversation over there. And you know what? I was in the comments with regards to TJ Warren TV. I was in the comments. He had a good show. Got some things off his chest. MCFC Dash, what's going on? Yes, everyone smash the like button, subscribe. Sorry, Vader, I haven't been in the chat. Hey, no need to apologize. No need to apologize. I see you repping wherever you're at when you're in the comments. Don't worry, my guy. You catch me on the replay. It's all good. My girl DC, big up, one and only Vader. Listen, you're very sweet. Thank you. Please like and subscribe and let's get this legend. 2K would be very, very kind of you. Very kind of you all for doing that, and that requires you sharing the comment, sharing the stream, sharing the show. That also requires you to let people know if you like what's going on over here. Let them know. Run up the likes, Flawless, good looking out. Darsh goes, I'm gonna be consistent on the fact that I'll wait till April to see the title race and take it one game at a time. However, struggling against Wolves is a major warning sign for Arsenal. We're going to discuss all of that. We're going to discuss all of that and more. So I'm going to, just so I'm on point, because for me, the way my brain works, I need to keep things flowing. I know StreamYard kind of does their thing, but I gotta do this over here. So let me adjust this. Let me do that. And I need to go to, there we go. Reset that bad boy. I got 15 minutes up here. I also got other topics that I plan on discussing on 115 at some point in time, right? There's a few things that are coming up that I need to defend against, but I'm not doing that on this show, all right? I'm not doing that on this show. This show, I got to talk about my man, Rodri. Rodri's been catching a little bit of heat because he spoke, and he wasn't careful with his wording, but he spoke on a series of calls that were happening within the league, within the League Cup, within the Prem, within the FA, just a few things that were leading up that were very inconsistent, very seem heavy-handed, all right? Now, the frustration is there because he is trying to compete and fight for this title and saw a few things not go his way. Okay, fair. I happen to understand what he's saying. I think he could have been a lot clever, way more clever with how he wanted to phrase it and get that point across. But he spoke to He's been speaking on a few things that have happened over some seasons, and he's been very prophetic. He's been very accurate. Whether he was ignored at the time, it's coming true. And I feel a lot like Rodri. I feel a lot like I've said some things, and in the moment in time, it didn't want to be listened to. It didn't want to be heard. It wanted to be ignored. And then, as time progressed, as others kind of saw what was happening, then they were like, oh, I see. Now, this title in particular. Why Arsenal fans are they're finally talking about off the pitch. Why they're finally doing that. And again, I'm going to keep this show on Arsenal. However, I could be talking about my own Manchester City fans as well, but I'm not. I'm not doing that on this show. On this show, I'm not. I will also say this before I start the clock. I happen to be in a few group chats, all right? I'm in a group chat that really emphasizes, I'm going to say emphasizes excellence, exercises and emphasizes that City need to be the best, and to be the best, here are all the things that they need to do, and here's how they've fallen short, here's who's good, who's not good, performances. But they happen to speak like this game isn't played by people. They happen to speak like this isn't played by people like themselves, that have emotions, that have a threshold in terms of energy expenditure, mental fatigue, physical fatigue. They speak like they're robots. And we know, listen, my man Rodri did this. It's all up here. It's all up here, not only for the players, for the fan base. It's all up here. Now, when we say that this title is a marathon, that trying to win the Prem, it's a marathon, it's not just based off of form, it's because, yeah, you can have that blistering start, great form, beating teams, but as the season progresses, teams adapt. Players can't be run into the ground. Got to have some rotation. When you have some rotation, when you have some players that are just new to the team, when you have some young players that you're trying to bring up, you're going to have these ups and downs. When you have a manager that's going to be brave and that's going to tinker, that's going to try and say, hey, can I run this system? Can I run this system in September for a few games, see how the players react to it, and then have them ready to do this in April or May? That's the difference. That's why it's a marathon, because you're going to have these ups and downs, and you're going to have times where you gotta figure out different combinations. You can't run your best 11 from August till May. This up here, when Rodri said up here, he's speaking to the players. He's also speaking to the manager. This is one thing with regards to Arteta, where running the same players over and over again, not giving your man Saka, well-deserved, by the way, well-deserved for the pay increase, right? That salary, hey, do your thing. Funny, usually players that get that have delivered the hardware, but well-earned. And I see y'all in the comments. I'm going to get to you. The thing is, the manager and the players have to be managed from August till May. Now, the Manchester City fan base losing their minds because why are we so inconsistent? Why is Pep tinkering, switching these things up? Well, there's a plus and minus. There's a give and take. You do these changes and sometimes it doesn't go your way, but there's a learning from it. I'm going to use this as the biggest example, all right? The biggest example, because Pep gets killed on it. Manchester City get crushed on this all the time. The belief in Manchester City to go out and win this Prem title, I don't see it. Look, they were 5-1 up versus Fulham, and they let Fulham back in the game. Look at that second half. Horrible. All right. Rewind that bad boy. Didn't mean to hit that one. Rewind that bad boy. 5-1 up. Only true six that City have was Nico Gonzalez. Pep chooses, hey, 5-1 up. Let me take off Nico, rest him, because we're going to need him for the upcoming games. We don't quite have Rodri available like that. The team did not respond well. The team didn't, all right? And again, Fulham took some great chances, quite somewhat outside the box, some beautiful goals, right? Well taken goals. Now, what does our manager do? Our manager, 3-0 up, by the way, does not make the same mistake. Our manager now, what was always thrown at us, what was always like, well, this is why City can't do it. This is why City can't do it, because look at how they surrendered that 5-1 lead to Fulham, ended up being 5-4. They barely won that. All right. Now we fast forward. I'm not going to rewind. I need to get a fast forward button, although maybe it sounds the same. I need to fast forward. 3-0 up. Pep does not make the same mistake, and we close out that game 3-0. Now, we're still going to have some that are going to criticize and didn't do enough. But the mentality in terms of Pep trying to tinker early to have success late is why I'm mad confident with this. Is why I'm thinking, you know what, when it comes down to how do we adjust things? How do we take advantage of player rotation? Who do we know can play in the tough moments? Who's not going to shy away from the ball? Who's not going to hide on that pitch? We're seeing it right now. We're seeing it right now. Arsenal, you're finally listening. And let me do this proper. Actually, I'm going to start the clock after I go to the comments. You're finally listening to, it's not just having the best squad, which you do. Arsenal, you do have the best squad. And this is the battle that I'm having right now. I know I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place because this is an opportunity stream. I didn't really put all my thoughts together, and even my notebook isn't here. So let me say this, because I'm all over the place. Arsenal, you have the best squad. Well planned. All right? A few seasons now, you've built up to get this squad together. All right? I'm not gonna criticize you for the money spent. You're supposed to spend money. That's how you do things. Now you have the best squad, best depth. You're top of the Prem, well deserved. You're top of the UCL, well deserved. I'm in a group chat right now, and I trust me, I am going to send out a StreamYard invite in this group chat in the future. I need to, because I believe, there shouldn't be, but I believe there's communication loss. There's an understanding loss even through messaging. Maybe some are a little too quick. You don't want to type out a long paragraph of your thoughts. However, in this group chat, we are not about to downplay Arsenal. We are not doing that. All right? Arsenal are top of the UCL for a damn good reason. Arsenal are atop of the Prem for a damn good reason. They are top of the Prem, being better than a Liverpool who just won. They just won the Prem. They spent mad money, almost $500 million, to strengthen and to have a back-to-back season, which they aren't able to do. I am not going to now downplay and say that Arsenal are not a good team that we happen to be chasing down. We're not doing that. I know that they've got to earn the respect of being called winners, of being called champions. They got to earn that. And how do you earn that? You earn that by raising the trophies, by showing these, right? That's how you earn it. But they, at this moment in time, they are the best in the UCL. They are the best in the Prem. What are we doing? What are we doing here? So, as we chase them down, there's not going to be no remixing. There's not going to be no changing of narratives. We're chasing down a very good Arsenal team that are top of the UCL, top of the Prem. Now, us being able to do it will require us to continue to have this advantage. Now, let me start the clock and let me go to the comments. Actually, let me go to the comments first, because this is going to be one of those shows. I can already tell. Let me see. Spartacus is in the building. Spartacus, I love my statistician. Spartacus, the statistician, is how I like to categorize him. If I don't even have his. Yeah, I do have his number. I'm going to make sure I save you as Spartacus statistician, because I'd love the stats that you bring up. But he goes, evening, lads. Believe it or not, I had this game down as a draw in my prediction, so I'm still saying that we're not. Where's my boo? Yeah, you got to boo this guy. We got to beat this guy. So he already had. I'm breaking this down. So Spartacus had Arsenal, top of the Prem, top of the UCL, in a title race, getting a draw versus relegation 20th in the Prem, and still didn't have City winning this year's Premier League. Now, there's a thing called momentum, Spartacus. There's a thing called form. There's a thing called playing to the environment, dealing with the tension, the pressure. How does your calculations, my man Spartacus, the statistician, how does your calculations work to a team drawing to the worst team in the Prem, having the form to go on and to win the Prem as well? I'm very interested to see that, and I'm very interested to see where you have City dropping these points. That's probably the biggest conversation, and I look forward to having you on the show. Yo, listen. My man goes big up Vader, Mr. CIA, intelligent agendas, professional gaslighter. I'm not a professional gaslighter. I'm not paid for this. All right, I'm not a professional. I'm not. So easy with that one. You're gaslighting, calling me a professional gaslighter. But I'm gonna be real. City, you guys must rise. This Arsenal side has to be one of the worst teams to ever win the Prem if they do. They're doing it already. Natural, you're doing it already. How? Listen, I am a founder of CIA, Intelligent Agendas. We at CIA are not. We're not going to say that Arsenal are the worst team ever to win the Prem before the results are even in. Let's save that narrative until it happens, until we see what the results are. And when you give comments like that, you got to list out why. What would make up why? Is it their style of play? Is it their point tally? Is it their defense? Is it their goal scoring? What? Quantify it, qualify it for me so I get it. I can't go that far. I can't go that far. Reyes in the building. Listen, we need to lock in now. Say shouldn't clown this. All right. When you say lock in, Ray, when you say lock in, I completely agree with you. And I think we've been trying to lock in as the season's been progressing. We've shown inconsistencies for several reasons. But we're not going undefeated now. Till 12 games remaining. We're not going undefeated for 12 games. We also have the League Cup final. We also have the FA Cup. We also have the UCL. Now, something's got to give, but it's how we manage all of that. That's all I'm saying. It's how we manage all that. This guy's backhanded compliment. Wait, what? I didn't. What backhanded compliments? What's he doing? What's he talking about? I didn't backhand compliment anybody. Spencer. Yes, Vader. One game at a time. 12 games remaining in this league. We have a game in hand. Arsenal have played. They played 11 games. They've dropped points. They dropped points to 20th Wolves. We got to handle business versus Newcastle. Not an easy game. But what I'm not allowing is any type of miss opportunity to continue to establish and say that we are going up against a very good team. A very good team with regards to depth, with regards to performances, the most consistency. Arsenal have been the most consistent. Top of the UCL, top of the Prem. We're not remixing that. We're not going to do that. Listen. Okay, listen. My soundboard, I can't lie. I spent a really I spent some time on it. Now, me and my production team, or it's not just me. I'm not solo on this one, right? My production team have been helping me out, giving me some suggestions. And what I have to say is, I'm doing what I can for the world of football. I'm doing what I can even for the Manchester City fan base. I'm doing my best to keep them grounded, to understand that this isn't played by robots. This isn't played by calculations. These are real people that have their ups and downs, that have injuries. I'm going to do my part. Am I angelic? No, I'm not angelic. Do I aspire to be? I do. Spencer, Arsenal fans been taking everyone all season how good. Been telling everybody all season how good they are and will win the quad. And listen, certain fans move a different way. All right. Some fans are very, very loud, very aggressive. I've labeled Arsenal fans a couple seasons ago when they did the title chase, right? Title chase, World Cup season, right? When they did the title chase, leading it for 93%, I was quick. I didn't quite catch on. Maybe I need to do like my man Flawless and come up with some T's, but I labeled them. They have premature proclamations. Premature proclamations. A little play on words, you know what I mean? But that's what they do. They talk early. And let them talk early. I've been telling my man Catch, my man SB. I've been telling those guys over there. You talk that way when you have the hardware. They tell me no. I'm gonna talk now. I ain't like you. I'm gonna talk now. Cool. Where we are not gonna make the same mistake as City fans is we don't need to boost. We don't need to do anything extra and say that we're the best ever to have done it. We don't need to say that we are good. Do you think? Let me bring it up. Do you think that us, Manchester City fans, go back to the first that Pep won for us? Do you think that we were telling them that we were telling the world? Do you think that we were telling rivals we're gonna be Centurions? No. That's the difference. That's what there is a humbleness, right? I got double the humbleness. I'll be real with you. I'm Canadian, but by nature, I'm a little subdued. I'm calm. So couple that and also being a City fan, double the humbleness. This is where you wait until you get it done. You wait until you get it done, and then you can talk crazy. Then you can be the. Well, still, even when we win, we're not even like that. Even when we win, we're not like that. That's why many are kind of like, hey, let City win it. They're not really going to bother us. They're going to move on with their day. That's what we do. That's what we do. Different. Nah, I got you, Spencer. I got you. Atro goes, facts, Vader. I can already see the tone changing with Arsenal as the games count down. Listen, we need to stay on point. We need to stay on point. And when I say stay on point, I didn't even start the clock. Look, I'm all over the place. I didn't hit the microphone. I hit the microphone. Let me adjust this real quick. Because you guys deserve a proper on point show. Let me start it. And let me also do this so we have it nice and clean. Now the clock started. All right, 15 minutes. Let me stay on track. Let me stay on track. When we talk about the changing of tone, we can't allow it from our fan base. We can't allow it from the rivals. We can't. All season long, and I was in agreement with you, they've been telling us, Arsenal are this great team, this great squad. Look at how they're playing. Look at how difficult it is to break them down. When they want to do the comparison in terms of why Arsenal are going to win and not City is because other clubs don't get a sniff playing against Arsenal. Look at there's no quick cutting through counters on Arsenal. Their ability to score set pieces, they can do 1-0 to the Arsenal and go through this. They mention all of that, as well as the depth, as well as the quality, as well as not trusting the players that happen to be over at Manchester City. We are not going to let that get brushed aside. That is not getting moved. Stay there. Stay there with all of that. fair. Also, all the things that were said about us not being good, being inconsistent, can't trust the midfield, the defense is kind of shaky, other than Haaland, who really scores, keep all of that. I'm not letting that change. None of that changes, because you know what? There is. Hey, shout out to my man Terry. Listen, Terry over there, Football Terrorist, my man KJ. Listen, those guys, excellent, right? The platform, large. The conversation that they happen to have, what Terry needs to do as a United fan, let him do all that, right? They've been attacking our manager. They've been attacking the quality of City. They've been boosting Arsenal, right? They've been saying on how good Arteta is, how good the players are over there, boosting all of that. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this here. Hear me loud and clear. Loud and clear. What is so funny is that we're not forcing any type of rivalry with Arsenal. Why? We've never fought with Arsenal like that. We're both pursuing a title, okay? We are. But we don't got no beef like that. United, true. Yeah, we don't like them. Did they look down on us saying the noisy neighbors? Of course. But that was true beef. Liverpool, another thing. Territorially, you get all that stuff. And in terms of the quality, the excellence needed to win the Prem, we had that. That's been real beef. Although it was respectful because you had two managers that understand, listen, you're getting the best out of me. I'm getting the best out of you. Look at the squads that we're putting together. We're going out and winning Prems, challenging for UCLs. Okay. This Arsenal ain't really that thing. And this is funny because the same, shout out to Terry, the same guy that wants to say, oh, this City pool and this rivalry, it really wasn't a rivalry. Look how nice it is, right? Well, apparently the Arsenal and United rivalry was tough, was hatred, was disliked for years, for life. They're not going to like Arsenal. Fast forward. I'm going to get a fast forward sound effect, by the way. Fast forward. United fan would rather Arsenal win over Manchester City. United would rather Arsenal win their 14th Prem than City win their 11th. So, sorry, I shouldn't say Prem. All right, English title. They would rather Arsenal win their 14th English title than Manchester City. Okay, all right. You hated one more than the other. Okay, you really didn't. You had no problems with us. We weren't challenging like that. We didn't really have any issues like that, right? United City, you guys considered us noisy neighbors, all that stuff, right? But we now fast forward, and you got a United fan saying United fans should hate City way more than Arsenal. Although the title beef was more consistent between United and Arsenal, if we want to go back in the day, right? The good old days. Now, I know I'm all over the place, so let me have the conversation. Now we go to here, and we have United, some not all, but you have Terry being like, all United fans should be wanting Arsenal to win. All United fans should be wanting Arsenal to win their 14th Prem and not have City win their 11th. I thought the beef was like that. I thought the hatred was real. I thought what you're seeing with City and City and Liverpool was kind of like, that's not really a rivalry. That's too cutesy. Well, what about this bad blood? This want to break legs? This Keane and Vieira? What about all that? What happened to all that? Right? What happened to all of it? Now it's all go Arsenal, go win. You want the less damaging. You want the less, dare I say, threatening. You want the less team that's more impactful towards your club winning. Isn't that logical? That's logical, right? Terry and the United fans that want Arsenal to win, they want Arsenal to win because that's the lesser evil. So, in a roundabout way, the lesser evil of a big rivalry, hatred thing, it's kind of fugazi again. It must be. It must be Fugazi. Like, if you speak long enough, you kind of reveal the truth. I'm gonna leave it there. Let me try to catch up with these comments real quick. Because I'm all over the place. Spartacus statistician. What a name, right? Spartacus the statistician. That's how I'm saving him in the phone. That's how he's being saved in the phone. Trust me, that's what it is right now. How did you hype man up and you booed him? I had to listen. I hyped him up because the way Spartacus gets into the numbers, I rate it. I enjoy it tremendously. But then man said I had Arsenal drawing to Wolves and them still winning the Prem. The math ain't mathing. Where's my phone? The math ain't mathing. 2 plus the 2 minus the 3. It's not work. How does that work? All right, let me try to catch up with y'all. Sham in the building. You know what it is, babe. Thank you being a part of the show and dropping that comment. I know I'm all over the place. Let me try to listen. I'm catching this kind of late. I'm catching this kind of 6 minutes late as I look at the clock. But before I shout her out. Listen, in the building. My gal is in the building. Rose is in the building. Rose, so good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'm sending a hug to you. Hope you and the family are doing well. She goes, Vader, we are in a good place. I love what's happening. Love me some Manchester City. What Opportunity Street? This is what the Opportunity Street. I'm going to work on a whole new branding because this was completely unexpected. Who, other than Spartacus, the statistician, who could have thought that Arsenal were dropping points to Wolves in a title race? And not just any Wolves. This is like 20th. Do they have double digits points? Have they acquired more than 9 points in the Prem? I don't believe they have. It's wild. Makes no sense. Listen. Rush. I gotta get some things off my chest. If you don't, it just festers. But I'm really trying to understand, right? I'm really trying to understand when. And you know what? As I say that, I understand it. I understand it now. All right. Actually, I gotta back up. I understand it now. All right. Shout out to my guy. Listen. When you have Manchester City, when you have Pep, the GOAT, do what he's done. I think it's right here. Wait, where is it? Hold on. Did I remove it? No, it's right here. Okay? This conversation I haven't had yet. The topic is right there. The question is right there. I haven't had it yet. All right? But why Pep's first 8 years are greater than Sir Alex Ferguson? Pep's first 8 years coming to this English league are greater. No question. Are greater than Sir Alex Ferguson's first 8 years in the English league. No doubt. Now, what I want you all to do is realize that because of Pep's greatness, because of what he's done at Manchester City, all the records, everything, madness, it's a threat to this guy. It's a threat to Sir Alex Ferguson. It is. No, there's no question. It's a threat to that. It's also a threat to what United have accomplished and what City have a chance to accomplish. Do some things that have never been seen, right? Do some things that were said not to be possible. Sir Alex Ferguson himself, he said, winning all domestic trophies, that can't happen. It's impossible. I've got everything. I've got everything here. I've got the class of 92. I've got all of this quality and talent. Winning all domestic trophies, not possible. It's not possible. I see it. What does Pep do? Pep does the impossible. Another thing is doing the Centurions, like all that is just crazy. But what Pep did in his first 8 years coming to the English league surpasses, exceeds, stomps. It stomps all over what Sir Alex Ferguson did in his first eight years in the English league. But here's the thing. The biggest ones that want to talk out of the side of their mouth, and they want to go after Pep, and I get it, right? They're propping up, putting great titles, encouraging. One might say gassing. Arsenal, go do it. You're great. Go do it, Arsenal. Go. They're doing all of that because they don't want this guy and the squad. They don't want us to go and win more because it hurts this guy. And I'm going to say one thing. I'm going to say one thing now. I'll say some things later on, not later on. But listen to how they speak on Sir Alex Ferguson, right? Listen, shout out to my man Flawless. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he's a lyricist. When I say lyricist, he takes his time. It's important. It's important to say what you mean and mean what you say, right? It's important. Your word choices are key. You can spend minutes, hours on just how you want to phrase it exactly right. Because again, it's going to get recorded, right? As a musician, it's going to get recorded and then it's out there. There's no taking it back. It's out there. So you want to be really on point with what you write down, okay? Listen to how they speak on Sir Alex Ferguson, right? And my word choice ain't by accident. Pep's first 8 years in this English league are greater than Sir Alex Ferguson's. But guess what they'll do for Sir Alex Ferguson? Guess what they're going to do for that? Because they're gonna play. They're gonna be cute with it. They're gonna say Sir Alex Ferguson's first 8 years in the Prem. They're gonna say Sir Alex Ferguson's first 8 years in the Prem. Now, when you do that, when you say the first 8 years for Sir Alex Ferguson in the Prem, you know what that does? Because the Prem established in 92. You know what that does? That wipes out what he did before 92. That wipes it all out. I ain't having it. I'm not having it. So we're going to keep things balanced. The balance is where it gets tricky. The balance is where you're going to have the ops. Hey, shout out to all United fans. You got to do what you do. I don't hate you for it. It's the nature of rivalry, right? You're going to back your team. You're going to back your manager. You're going to speak things a certain way. But notice on how they're going to have to go into the whole context and they're going to have to talk about all this and that. They're going to have to do some comparisons. I'll tell you this right from the jump. Those two don't need to be compared. Different eras, different generation. Modern football then to modern football now. Not the same. Oh my goodness. I see it with players as of now. Listen, it is a different microscope. It's a different, they used to call it a fishbowl. It's just different on how it's 24/7 now. It's truly 24/7 now. In terms of how things are with regards to player needs, attention, distractions. It's so different. So the generations are very separate. They should be like that era, this era. When they start getting all technical and want to talk about getting the fine print and want to do this, distinguishes this, that, you got them. All right? Pep's Pep, Sir Alex Ferguson. Do not, if they try to do that conversation, Pep's the greater one. But they don't need to be put together. Separate times. All right, let me try to catch up on this. I moved my chair back. I'm far from the computer right now. Let me bring Spartacus back in the building. Spartacus goes, I think we could be dropping points at any game we play. I'm about to boo this guy again. Since it's so absurdly easy for the opposition to force us into not being able to do what we want to do. All right. Okay. Spartacus sees a player personnel and an approach that teams can take, I think, to make life uncomfortable for City, and that's why he believes it's very easy for us to drop points. Okay, I'm not gonna hate on him. Whether the manager finds an adjustment for it, we'll have to see. People, y'all saying what up to each other in the chat. Good looking out. Oh, wait, have you not seen them against United, Brentford, Everton, Wolves at home? They have been so poor, not surprised by the result. What? What, guys? We are surprised by the result. What are we doing? This result versus Wolves is surprising. Come on. 20th Wolves in a title race. Come on. We are surprised, and you should be surprised. There's no not surprising. There's not. Graham in the building. Anyone who wasn't an Arsenal fan knows these guys are not mentally stable. And when the pressure is on, they have a history of not living up to their own hype. But this season's different. Graham, this season's different. We're not the same old City, right? We're not the Wolves. We're not even the Sharks. We're not the same old. We're not chasing them down. We don't got the teeth. The problem with Arsenal fans, I think it's sorry. Let me also say this, because it isn't this.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. It isn't. But I have to say there's something in the London water or the air, right? There's something about just being so extra. My Chelsea Blue Brothers, they do the same thing. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you gotta gas it. They boost things up before it's really quite there. And I get it. I don't know. You're in the capital. You gotta do things extra. But they got to. I say this, and it's not quite the time that I usually do this, because I do it later in the day. And those in the chat, youngsters or whatever, I'm going to refrain from what I usually say. But it's been a long time. This drought has been really long for Arsenal. And because of that drought, I think that is why they celebrate early, because it's like a longer celebration. It's like, oh, I told you from time, like, everybody, let's go. We're here. And then when you have that before the facts are actually there, before, everything kind of shows that it's deserved, is where we're at. I'm going to, in the future, I'm going to adjust this. I'm going to move my camera back so that I don't have to move myself from the desk. Because right now my desk is like right here. This is hitting on the desk. And I do have to go closer to work my mouse. Spartacus. Arsenal has so many dead rubbers on the bench. On the beach sides at home after they play us. So Spartacus, explain Wolves. Are Wolves not on the beach? Is it possible for Wolves to not be relegated? What are we doing? And I think you're negating, again, you're doing the paper thing. You're doing the players not having pride. You're doing the players, again, that on the beach thing was very real, very, very real back in the day. Back in the day, it was very, very real, because player movement wasn't as aggressive as it is now. Many players are going to be playing for their exit. At the end of the season, I know it doesn't really mean anything. Winning a game here, a game there doesn't really do anything. But the money in the sport is huge. A lot of players are playing for things, quote unquote, inside the fine print of these contracts. They're playing for performances. They're playing for assessments, evaluations. I don't think it's the same anymore. Vader, now you're talking. Okay. I'm not taking a piss. I'm really not. I'm not. Pep doesn't touch Fergie. You need to relax on that. I was very specific. All right. The first eight years, no question. We could only do apples to apples. Come on. That's what we could only do. Fergie was here for 20 years. My voice got high. Fergie was here for 20 years. Pep hasn't done that yet. So we can only extrapolate. We can only calculate. Right? We can only do for, time for time. That's all I'm saying. But jokes. Vader woke up today and chose to speak facts. Listen, Rush, every day, Every day I wake up and speak facts every day. But yeah, this opportunity stream is why I'm like, didn't expect it. Didn't expect it. And I'm gonna do the. Should I do the receipts thing? Should I do the receipts thing? Oh, does this work? Yeah. No, I'm good. Should I do the receipts thing? Actually, I'm gonna save the receipts thing. I'm gonna save the receipts thing for when I'm on American Waffle. I'm gonna save it for then. Don't miss me. Don't miss me. I'm featuring on American Waffle later on tonight. Don't miss me on that. I'm telling you. I'm gonna have some lemon, I'm gonna have some lemon and honey tea. I'm gonna have some lemon and honey tea because it's good for the voice. Singers out there, that's one thing that they really emphasize. If you're going to be using your voice for a long period of time, or you want to make sure that you got good performance, you want to drink some lemon honey tea. That's what I will be drinking for the majority of the day, so that when I'm on American Waffle, and I'm gonna make sure the studio is properly set up, because I'm gonna want my see right now my hands go out of shot. I'm gonna need all the space, because I'm going to be killing those cats. Oh my gosh. The way TJ and the way Corey and every Arsenal fan that's tuning in, I'm going to tell you right now, Arsenal fans, you're going to want to do this. I'm going to tell you this right now. Arsenal fans, you're going to want to.
Can you earmuff it for me? We are going to get so.
You're going to want to do. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be vicious. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's gonna be vicious. Let me go back to these comments. Pep, if he wins this league this year, he surpasses Fergie in modern day football. I was told, Spencer, Pep cannot win unless, or Pep has not won unless he's had the better team. I was told that, right? He needs to. I want to see Pep go to a lesser team. I want to see Pep do things from the ground up, not have the resources to do. I was told that Pep only wins when he has the best team, best squad. Guess what? Pep doesn't have that this year. Pep does not have the best team or squad this year. Now, this is why you got to be careful with your agendas. Right? This is why CIA was established. CIA is on point. We're not lazy with the agendas. This is why you got to be careful. Now, they said Pep has not won unless he's had the better team. It's a knock against him. And this is why on this show, this is why I had to have the conversation. This is why I sent the link out to people. And I'm going to send the link out to invite guests, and we're going to have a proper convo. This is why I said we are not, as of February 19th, 2026, we are not now going to say that Arsenal have not been the best in the UCL and the best in the Prem. We are not going to have those on the platform boosted up Arsenal, saying they're great, they're good. Look at how they built their squad. Look at this manager. Look at how they don't concede goals. Look at how defensively sound they are. We're not going to have all of that get thrown away, get poo-pooed on. No. Now, when Pep, Manchester City, and this fan base that have remained calm and supportive, when we get over the line and we beat this Arsenal, we're boosting us. That boosts us. That boosts the manager. Don't let them remix it. And let me go back to the whole topic that I want to bring out. I want to talk about this. Arsenal fans and rivals are finally talking about, the intangibles. The things that you can't quite, they're not on the surface, right? How do you manage when the pressure mounts? How do you manage when the interactions and everybody's liking or commenting? Because again, the players now on social media, how do you deal with the things just getting tighter and tighter and tighter as the season progresses? Every game more important. Pep said it. Every game is a final. Arsenal have 11 games left to play. We've got 12. How do you manage that? How do you get there with that? All right? I just impromptu. I just see my man backstage. I'm gonna bring him forward. We'll see where the convo goes. Not sure what he exactly wants to say, but we'll bring him forward. This is what I want to emphasize. The off the pitch, the mentality, the approach to the game, the bravery, the confidence, the let me try this because I see where the benefits can go, and if it doesn't, I'll adjust after the fact, but I'm going to be willing to be adventurous about it. This is the off the pitch stuff. And what we City fans need to be ready to combat against. And it's like clockwork, guys. It's like clockwork when we're on. They're going to bring up the 115, which they've done, right? We started threatening getting close again. They bring up the 115. When is that coming out? They want to talk about spending. I'm hearing rivals and Arsenal fans want to talk about, oh, we can't compete with City because they can buy whoever they want. What? What do you mean buy whoever we want? We can buy whoever just like you. You choose not to. And we're not going to do this. We're not going to ignore the fact that to spend, you got to be able to sell. And there is no question that we are one of, if not the best sellers with regards to talent in the Prem. Nah, I've seen us pollinate all over the place with our players. Academy players are everywhere. We're not going to let that happen. We can buy aggressively because we also sell incredibly well. Let me bring my man to the stage. I know this ain't CIA, so I'm not going to do the proper intro, but I'm going to tell you this. He is one of these. He is one of these. He takes tremendous time, effort, energy, and thought into helping the next group of players that are coming through. And it's not an easy thing. And it's not easy in terms of you don't just have a program and you put it together. There's a lot of nuances. There's a lot of listening, watching, reacting to how players deal with certain stresses. I'm excited to see where my man Pitch Points Gundalorian wants to go with this. Pitch Points, let me get my headphones on. Good to have you on the show, man.
Hey, Vader. How are you, man?
Hey, what you saying?
How's it going? How are you?
Not bad. I'm doing all right. Thanks for being on the show. Not sure where you want to take this. I've been ranting for a little bit, speaking on a few things, but the show's been mainly talking about this, obviously, opportunity that's been made from Arsenal. Where'd you want to go?
Well, it's only an opportunity if we seize it, right?
Great point.
That's the bottom line. Is Saturday becomes a big game because you win that, and all of a sudden, the real pressure is on for them away at Spurs and against Chelsea the week after. So for us, Saturday is a must-win. It's not easy. It's never easy, man. I always say you can be the best team, quote unquote. It doesn't make you win a league because you know, to get to 90 points. When last did they do that? They've never done it, right?
Right.
They've never done it. So let's just watch and see. The big question is, how do we respond on Saturday?
Yes.
That's the question that we need to address and make sure we're ready for.
I agree. And we also need to recognize that who we play on the weekend isn't a Wolves. Who we play on the weekend is a Newcastle, who are in the FA Cup, who are playing inconsistent like many of us, but they've got talent. They've got quality over there. I'm very excited at what's been made available for us because of Arsenal's unexpected, unless you're Spartacus, unexpected drop points. And yeah, I think we take advantage. I want to see which 11 Pep trusts as well. And when I say trust, I mean in terms of this the 11 that I'm going to start with, but who do I also bring on? Who do I have available? I don't think it's a slight. I don't think any of us should really be losing our minds if he, quote unquote, has a not the strongest 11 to start with when we have them available to bring on the bench, because that's one thing that I often look at games at. I was like, well, who's going to be our game changers if we do need to see out a game or change or chase a result. Do you have any concerns with player availability and who might be there?
I heard Doku's fit, so that's good.
Mm,
Yeah, we just need higher energy on Saturday.
I agree.
From Haaland needs to find his energy back. That's my biggest worry.
Okay.
Kusanov can take care of the speed of their transitions. We have Gehi, who's class. Rodri should be available.
Is there any talk about Rodri's disciplinary?
Oh, and we don't know. We just assume he's available until we don't hear. We hear
Okay.
otherwise.
Okay. Yeah.
Check, he's great. I think Semenyo's good. If Doku is available, changes everything.
Mm,
Nico looks great. We have the energy in midfield. The question for me is Erling. You just got to find that energy,
yeah.
match Newcastle's intensity, and we're good. So I have no worries.
I hear that. I I think we have. This is the thing. When we have everyone available, with let's say the exception of a Kovacic, I'm gonna take my chances with anybody. I'm like, let's go. Let's go. In terms of also the different styles or different approaches that we've seen throughout the season, I think here's the thing. When we've obviously we're both privy to a group chat, and we have our our exchanges, and we see what others say. When we've often complained about too much of the side to side, or a little too much of not being direct enough, when I go back and I listen to the press conference, many instances Pep complains about the same thing. Like, Pep has said, that's not us. We have to improve. We had to be direct, or he's even kind of flirted at the thinking of players weren't trusting themselves. I think that is what's tried to been coached out of them. Like, hey guys, be brave. You may make mistake. That's all fine. Go. Let's go on. We'll see on how that happens now, when everyone's gonna be a lot more nervy about it. Everyone's gonna be a lot more tense. So I'm cool. I'm cool with the 11 that gets chosen, because I think if it happens to not be working against how the opponents are set up, I think Pep's gonna make the changes. I think he'll do it. Have you gone so far to look beyond Newcastle?
No, I just take one game at a time, mate. That's what I
Great
do.
answer.
Yeah.
Great answer. Everybody in the chat, don't get caught up with the all right, Newcastle win win. We can't. And the reason why I want
Wait, I sent you a chat. You see it?
Oh, yeah. Let me. Oh, I don't see you rejoining.
Yes, I'll be back.
You'll be back. No worries. All right. Gunnar obviously, like me, still managing the workday and being able to join and talk. And that being said, I'm closing in on when I'm actually gonna have to break off soon. But I want to say this: the funny thing with regards to this season is, we often have seasonal amnesia. All right, seasonal amnesia is like, we forget that it is a long season at times. We forget that there's going to be ups and downs in form. We forget that we're also playing against opponents that are sometimes in or out of form, that affects on how we look. So this seasonal amnesia, it's funny because now everyone's like, oh, we see how pressure is having an effect. Oh, we see how lack of player rotation is having an issue with some of our ops. Oh, we see that even how some of the narratives maybe add on to the piling on of the pressure and how things are dealt with, right? I'll say this, prime example. Saka scored in the Wolves game, right? He's heard all of the convos about, was he deserving of that contract increase? Was he going to deliver? You know, should he remain at Arsenal? His celebration was, didn't he do like a sign, like a contract sign type thing? The players all hear all this. The players all hear all this. So not only that, but when you look at, can they do it? Do they have enough? Who's going to be scoring for them? Are they? It's going to be a madness. And I will say this. If there's a fan base that I think still are trying to develop the thick skin to encourage their team through it, it's Arsenal. And I'm going to say this. I enjoy every rival big platform. Yeah, I'll say this. Every rival big platform that props up Arsenal and discredits City. It remains to be. It's City versus the world. It's City against the world. City are not wanted here. As I close out this show, let me emphasize this. Everybody in the comments, apologies for not bringing them to the screen. I see you, Trevor. Spartacus, I saw what you were saying earlier. House in the building. I see you guys. Let me emphasize this. We go back. Things happen to repeat themselves. If you want to look at Manchester United back in the day, Sir Alex Ferguson doing his thing, winning at a ridiculous rate. Sir Alex Ferguson was just waking up, collecting prems, right? They were winning so much that there was United winning fatigue, right? I'm guilty of it. I'm tired of seeing United. Oh, they keep winning. What? Ooh. Arsenal? Arsenal could do something? Go Arsenal. Go. Do your thing. Go. Chelsea? Chelsea can do something? Go Chelsea. Yeah, do your thing. United fatigue. Manchester United fatigue. I get it. Everyone was, I'm not saying that they were fans, but everyone was encouraging. Go Arsenal. I got no beef with you. Happy for you. Go. Disrupt that United. Go ahead. Chelsea, back in the mix. Oh, the big money. Ruining football. Ruin United. Ruin Manchester United. Go do it. Go do it. Now we fast forward. We're now experiencing the same thing. History tends to repeat itself. We're now at a mode where you have Manchester fatigue again. Manchester City fatigue. I see you in the comments, my man, can you wait in the building? You have Manchester City fatigue. Why am I getting a call? What's going on here? Let me mute this guy because I don't know what he's about. I think that was a pocket dial. I don't think he meant to call me. When it comes down to Manchester City, there's fatigue. There's Manchester City fatigue. Right? Manchester City fatigue, where you now have what City did to Arsenal. Say, Arsenal, go do it. Yeah, ruin it for United. This rivalry that Arsenal and Manchester United have. Oh, we hate each other. Keane, Vieira. Now you got United fans being like, go Arsenal. Ruin it for City. Go. Ruin it for City. Go Arsenal. You got United fans saying, we want something different. You got, listen, shout out to the other, I'm not name dropping. I'm going to name drop on another show. I'm not going to name drop on another show. But you got everyone being like, go Arsenal. We're tired. We're tired of seeing City do it. It's too much. It's too much. That's where things are at. That gives me incredible. Never thought that would be my Manchester City. That it would be everyone wanting everyone else, everyone cheering everyone else to win versus City because of Manchester City fatigue. Oh I got Martin. I see you wanted the link, but I gotta shut down. I do have to shut things down. But I want to do Why Always Me tomorrow. I'll send you the link. Let me know if that works out for you. Prodigy in the building. I see you. Spencer in the building. Oh my gosh. Prodigy, my guy. House goes, build momentum, keep applying pressure on Arsenal game by game. That's what we got to do. One game at a time. But I hope you enjoyed what I had to break down. Martin, I got you next show. I snuck in with this opportunity stream, blending in a little bit of the 115, but I'm gonna catch you next time. My man Martin. He goes, sorry, the greatest team in the world, my bad. So we are gonna do this. Big games on the weekend. Why Always Me? I'm gonna have a series of topics that I'm gonna go through tomorrow. Please subscribe, don't miss out, and understand that what we've been saying for a long time in terms of let us just stay in arm's reach. Let me just stay in arm's reach, because if I'm in arm's reach, I'm a bet on myself. Arsenal dropping points to Wolves is exactly that. And we're going to have the conversation again. Let's, like my man Pitch Point said, Gundalorian said, we need to seize this opportunity. Newcastle has to be a win. Has to be a win. We apply pressure and we move. Love to each and every one of you guys. Please subscribe if you haven't. Be a part of the comments. If you're catching this on a replay, let me share with you some of the other titles that I've had on this show as I look to update it. I'm going to have my production team improve on these things. Actually, Gunnar not here. Let me go full screen again. I'm going to have my production team work on getting the outro a lot cleaner. But here's what you may have missed on previous shows. I'm Vader Games. This is Vader Games TV. Opportunity stream. A little bit of the 115. One question, 15 minutes. And we had to discuss why Arsenal fans are finally talking about off the pitch. And you can know that they're under pressure when they want to talk about spending, when they want to talk about player acquisitions, when they want to talk about every and anything but the play and style of football. I'm Bitter Games, and I'm out. Enjoy this outro.